Most people who are being manipulated already know. Deep down, you know that you're being manipulated. Gloria, please, can you tell me if my partner is a manipulative person? You see, the moment that question left your mouth, that already indicated that there is something within that relationship that unsettles you and you are uncomfortable about it. So let me tell you something. Let me give you perspective. I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm going to tell you the truth. Most people who are being manipulated already know. Deep down, you know that you're being manipulated. The problem is not that you cannot see. The problem is that you are invested in it. You are invested, and that is why you keep hoping. You keep hoping. You have caught them in many lies, but you keep hoping. They will change. They will become better. They will become softer. They are sorry. They will become kinder. Perhaps I shouldn't have been looking. Perhaps it's my trauma. They will stop lying. Eventually, they will just be honest. They'll be transparent. You find yourself constantly begging them. Obi, now why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? Oluchi, why are you doing this to me? Why are you hurting me? Ejiro, I'm sorry. I'm so okay, fine. I shouldn't have checked your phone. Fine. Femi, okay, yes, I've blocked them. I've blocked my bestie. You keep negotiating with someone who has quietly turned your relationship into a game. So today, let me teach you something about manipulation. Manipulation is a two-player game. Okay? I want you to listen closely. Manipulation is a two-player game. The manipulator is responsible for manipulating. However, manipulation only works when another person is psychologically engaged in the game. I want you to think of manipulation like chess. Now, one person can play chess, right? But usually, chess requires two players. The manipulator makes a move, you respond. They make another move, you respond again. The game continues. The healthiest way to stop the game is not to become a better chess player or to make your opponent like you. The healthiest way to stop the game is to stop playing and get up from the table. Now, here is what many manipulators are looking for before the game truly begins. A manipulator wants you to place 3 things on the table. If you don't place it willingly, they can make you place these 3 things on the table. The first thing is collateral. Collateral is what you're afraid of losing. It could be the relationship. It could be the marriage. It could be your reputation. It could be your children. You must have collateral to play this game. It could be your church community. It could be your money, finances. It could be your dreams, loneliness. There must be collateral. Could it be fear of starting over? You see, the bigger your collateral, the easier it becomes to keep you playing. You're going to sit and you're going to play this game with the manipulator. So imagine someone who has already announced wedding dates, invitations have gone out, family has celebrated, money has been spent. You see, walking away, we feel very expensive. So you sit and you keep playing. That is collateral. Imagine a woman who maybe has left her country or her state to be with her husband. You left your job, you left everything, you traveled miles. So where you are, you have no support system. Living feels terrifying. That is collateral. There's something you're afraid of losing. Manipulators love collateral because fear keeps people seated. You will play the game. You will play. The second thing the manipulator wants you to put on the table is your investment. Investment is everything you have already poured into the relationship and you will keep pouring your time, money, sacrifice, how much you have forgiven in the past, all those years you have spent, 8 years, 9 years, emotions, actions. You begin thinking, I've already spent 5 years. I've already done 3 abortions. I've already paid his school fees. I've already stood by her. I've already paid her father's bills. I've already introduced them to everyone. You see, that is called sunk cost fallacy. Investment. Human beings struggle to leave situations simply because they have already invested so much in it. So remember, the first thing on the table, collateral. The second thing is your investment. Even when living would be healthier, you can't think to just live. You can't think. It looks like it's just too expensive. There is so much to lose. So you stay because your mind keeps trying to recover what has already been lost. You stay, you play the game. You keep on playing. The third thing that you have to put on the table is fantasy. And I think this is the most powerful one. Fantasy. People who are manipulated, they are delusional. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm saying this in a way that it is part of the game. You have to buy into a fantasy. You have to buy into a delusion. You have to buy into something that you are not really seeing right now. But in your imagination, you are hopeful that that is what it's going to be. Okay, so 3 things the manipulator needs from you: your collateral, your investment, and you need to buy into the fantasy. The manipulator feeds that fantasy. I have never met anyone like you. I've never opened up to anyone like you. See, when we get married, I'm going to change. Look, there are so many things. Look, I'm only behaving like this because life has been hard for me. See, you've healed something inside of me. You didn't know me before. I've never loved anybody like this. You key into the fantasy. You buy into it. Every once in a while, they become sweet again, just enough to keep your hope alive. You keep investing. Your collateral is there. Okay, so if you're being manipulated, you know what it is. Unfortunately, it's not easy to leave the chess table. It's not easy because you already have these 3 things on the table. Something that you're afraid of losing. The money you've invested in already, your investment, your time, your efforts. And of course, the fantasy of what could be. This person is not that bad. Gloria, you don't understand. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. See, he's a good guy. Just that, just that, just that. You buy into the fantasy. But how does this game begin? How do people enter this game? You enter the game subtly. You meet someone. Everything seems normal. Hi, hello. I like you. Talk your own. You say, look, see, I'm not looking for games. Oh. I'm looking for somebody who's very intentional. Very, very intentional. They smile. They say, me too. Then the testing begins. They start introducing small inconveniences. All of a sudden, I don't really like phone calls. See, I'm someone that, see, I need space. So I need space. See, look, sometimes I disappear. That's just me. I don't really like labels, you know. I'm not really into this label of a thing. And I'm not an emotionally expressive person. You see, each of these sentences are not manipulation. But, and the truth of the matter is, people have preferences, people have boundaries. But the question is what happens next? Usually, the game starts because they watch your response like chess. So do you immediately abandon your own needs? Do you start over explaining? Do you start accept? Okay, no problem. You don't like calls. I won't be calling. Do you become anxious? Do you panic? They are learning where your emotional buttons are. That is how people start to play the game. So they bring up all these strange things and all of those things. You are like, okay, let me see. Oh, fine. I'll know when I'll be calling. I will know. I will find out. And then you can't even believe it because in the beginning they were the ones chasing you. Then slowly the demand starts increasing. See, you love your mother too much. You love this your friends too much. I don't like your best friend. You don't like me. If you really love me, you would do this. You would do that. Why do you even need privacy? Prove that I'm your priority. Little by little, your world becomes smaller. And this does not happen through any force, really. Just gradual concessions. You keep thinking. It's just this one thing. I already done one thing already. It's just a little thing. Until one day you look around and find out that you have sacrificed almost everything and now it's much harder for you to get up. So I want you to look at the table in your relationship. What can you see on that table? Can you see your collateral? Can you see your investments? And can you see the fantasy that you have bought? If these three things are on your table, chances are you are with a manipulative person.